morning everybody. Okay students, today we start with the new chapter, real numbers. You are familiar with the chapters, the rational and irrational numbers. In the previous classes we discussed some number systems, natural number system, whole number system, integers, rational, irrational number system. All of these things are discussed in the previous classes. Okay. In this class, we are discussing the real numbers. Real number. What is real number set? A real number set is a collection of both rational and irrational numbers. The set of real numbers consists of both rational and irrational numbers. Okay. So in this class we are discussing the rational numbers. What are rational numbers? Rational numbers are written in the form of P by Q. Rational numbers are written in the form of P by Q, where P and Q are integers. And Q is not equal to 0. Definition of rational numbers. Rational numbers are written in the form of P by Q, where P and Q, what about P and Q? P and Q are integers and Q is not equal to 0. Examples for rational numbers: 1 by 2, 3 by 4, 1, 0, 2, 5, 13 by 17, etc. Okay. These are the examples for rational numbers. That is one more definition for the rational number. That is, rational number is a terminating decimal expansion. Either terminating decimal expansion or non-terminating recurring decimal expansion. A rational number is a rational number is either terminating or non-terminating recurring decimal expansion. Rational number is either terminating or non-terminating recurring decimal expansion. Okay. This is the term that means if you take the decimal 10 by 3 is equal to 3.333. This is non-terminating and recurring decimal expansion. If you divide 10 by 3, you get 3.33, etc. This is non-terminating and recurring decimal expansion. If you take 1 by 2, 1 by 2 is equal to 0.5. This is terminating decimal expansion. That means the decimal expansion ends after a digit. Okay. This is called terminating decimal expansion. This is non-terminating and recurring decimal expansion. All these are called the rational numbers. Okay. So in this chapter we are discussing one more concept, that is algorithm. Algorithm. What is algorithm? An algorithm is a series of well-defined steps. An algorithm is a series of well-defined steps. We can follow a steps to do some problem. Okay. It gives a procedure for solving type of problem. To solve a problem, we go some steps and procedures. This is called the algorithm. An algorithm is a series of steps. Okay, series of well-defined steps which gives a procedure for solving a type of problem. We have to solve some types of problems. We can follow some steps and procedures to solve the problem. That concept is known as algorithm. And next one is lemma. Lemma is a proven statement used for proving another statement. Lemma is already proved statement. This can be used to prove another statement. Okay. One statement is used to prove another statement, which is called a lemma. This is one of the new concept, algorithm and lemma. Now we are discussing on the Euclid's division lemma. What is Euclid's division lemma? It is a lemma. Lemma means it is proven statement used to prove another statement. What is Euclid's division lemma? Given a positive integers a and b, we have to consider any two positive integers a and b. Here a and b are any two positive integers. There exists unique integers. There exists unique integers q and r. There exist unique integers q and r satisfying. First we have any two positive integers a and b, and there exist unique integers q and r satisfying what they satisfy. They satisfy a is equal to b into q plus r. A is equal to b into q plus r, where 0 less than or equal to r less than b. 0 less than or equal to r less than b. This is called Euclid's division lemma. How we can understand this? Here a is the dividend. We have already know the division procedure. What is the division procedure we know? We have already known, that is dividend is equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder. Dividend is equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder. This is can be taken as Euclid's division lemma. Here, this can be applied for integers. Here, a is the dividend, b is the divisor, q is the quotient, and r is the remainder. This is the division procedure. Okay, this can be used to prove or solve some problems. Okay, here 0 less than or equal to r, or the remainder is always here 0 is less than or equal to r means the remainder either it becomes 0. The remainder either it becomes 0 or any other number less than b. That means remainder is always less than the divisor. 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 Remainder is either 0 or any other number, but it is always less than the divisor. This is called the Euclid's division lemma. What is Euclid's division lemma? Where given two positive integers a and b and there exist unique integers q and r satisfying the equation a is equal to b into q plus r, where 0 less than or equal to or less than b. Here this is the one of the division procedure. Okay, here a means dividend, it can divide, that can consider the dividend, and b is the divisor, and q is the quotient, and r is the remainder. This can be written in this form. This is called Euclid's division lemma. Okay. Okay, now we think about the where we can use the Euclid division lemma and what are the steps followed by to solve the problems. Okay. Here we have based on the Euclid's division lemma, we have to solve the HCF of any two numbers. Using the Euclid's division lemma, we should solve HCF of given two numbers. Using the Euclid's division lemma, we have to solve HCF of any two integers. Into integers. Okay. Any two integers a and b, where a is greater than b. We can consider the greater number as a and smaller number as b. You have to find the HCF of two numbers a and b. You can consider the given greater number as a and smaller number as b. Okay. Now, what are the steps we follow? That is, you can write the steps by first steps here. What are the steps? Step 1. Apply division algorithm to find q and r. To find q and r. Q and r means quotient and remainder, where 0 less than or equal to or less than b. Step 2. Step 2. If r is equal to 0, if r is equal to 0, its remainder becomes 0. The HCF is b. The HCF is b. When the remainder becomes 0, then the HCF is b. B means divisor. If r not is equal to 0, if r not is equal to 0, apply Euclid division lemma. Apply Euclid's division lemma. Apply Euclid's division lemma to b and r. You can apply the Euclid division lemma to b and r. When remainder is not is equal to 0, you can apply the Euclid division lemma to b and r. Then b can be taken as dividend, r can be taken as divisor. Okay. Step 3. Continue the process. Continue the process. Continue the process till the remainder is 0. Till the remainder is 0. Continue the process till the remainder is 0. The divisor at this stage will be liquid HCl. The divisor at this stage, the divisor at this stage will be the liquid HCF of AB. Will be the required HCF of A and B. Here, first think about what are the steps we follow to find the HCF of any two given positive integers. Okay. Here, apply division algorithm to find the q and r. The given any two positive integers a and b, we can apply the division algorithm and get the q and r. We get the quotient and also remainder. Okay. Here, what is the condition where a is equal to bq plus r, where 0 less than or equal to or less than b is the condition. Okay. We can do the procedure here. After that, if r is equal to 0, what is the steps to here? If the remainder becomes 0, you can do the division procedure. You get the remainder 0, then what is the HCF? HCF is b. HCF means divisor. Divisor is becomes the divisor can be considered as the HCF of the given two numbers. Okay. If the remainder is not is equal to 0, that means r not equal to 0, apply Euclid division lemma to the b and r. You can apply the Euclid division lemma to b and r. That means divisor and remainder. You can apply the Euclid division lemma to divisor and the remainder. Then the dividend can be considered as b and the divisor can be considered as r. Okay. Now continue the process till the remainder is 0. You have to continue the process up to the till the remainder becomes 0. When the remainder becomes 0, then divisor is the HCF. Okay. The divisor at this stage will be the required HCF of A and B. So this can be understand by one simple example here. Okay. One simple example you have to consider here. Okay. You have to consider one simple example. 5 using nuclear division algorithm to find the HCF of. Use nuclear division algorithm. Use Euclid's division algorithm. Division algorithm to find the HCF of. Find the HCF of 225 and 135. 225 and 135. Okay. These are the two integers. 225 and 135. You can use the Euclid division algorithm to find the HCF of these two numbers. So, I already said one can be taken as A and another can be taken as B. So, you have to consider 225 as A, 135 as B, because A is always greater than B. So, you should consider the greater number as A and smaller number as B here. Okay. Now we can apply the Euclid division algorithm. A is equal to BQ plus R. So for that we can divide the greater number by the smaller number. So 225 is divided by 135. Okay. Divide the greater number by the smaller number, because here 225 is the dividend and 135 is the divisor. So you can take the division process here. 135 2 is more than 225. 135 2 is more than 225. Therefore, if you consider 135 135 135. 5 minus 5 0. 2 minus 3 1. 2 minus 1 1. 110 becomes 1. The remainder is 110 here. Remainder is 110. So this can be written like this: 225. The dividend is equal to divisor. What is divisor? 135 is the divisor. 135 into quotient. Here Q is the quotient. Quotient is 1. Okay. A is the dividend. B is the divisor 135. In BQ means B into Q. Q means 1. Quotient is 1 plus remainder. What is remainder? Remainder is 110. Remainder is 110. Okay. Next, what is the second step? If R is equal to 0, here the remainder is 0? No. Remainder is not 0. If R not is equal to 0, apply Euclid division lemma to B and R. So next we can apply the lemma to B and R. What is B? B is 135 and R is 110. You can apply the lemma to B and R. That means B is 135 and R is 110. For applying the lemma, B can be taken as A here. Now A is equal to 135 and B is equal to 110. You can consider A 135 and B 110. By applying this, you can do the Euclid division lemma. Okay. Now 135 is divided by 110. Okay. The remainder becomes the divisor and the divisor becomes the dividend here. When R is not equal to 0. Okay. Now 110 2 is more than 135. Then we take 110 1s. 110 1s 110. 5. 3 minus 1 2. 1 minus 1 0. Okay. 25 is the remainder here. 25. Now this can be written as here A is 135 divided. What is the divisor? Divisor is 110 into quotient. Quotient is 1 plus remainder. Remainder is 25. Did the remainder become 0? No. So what? We can continue the process till the remainder becomes 0. We can continue the process till the remainder becomes 0. So now what is A? A is the 110 divisor and B is the remainder 25. Okay. You can continue the process. Again you can 110 can be divided by 25. 25 fours are 100. 25 fours are 100. The remainder is 10. The remainder is 10 here. Now you can write A. 110 is equal to 25 is the divisor and into what the quotient? Quotient is 4. 4 plus what is the remainder? Remainder is 10. Remainder is 10 here. Okay. Remainder is 10. Is the remainder 0? No. Again, you can continue the process. Here A is 25. A is equal to 25 and B is equal to 10. B is 10. Again you continue the multiple division lemma. So you can divide 25 by 10. 10 2s are 20. 5 is the remainder. Okay. So now 25 is equal to 25 is equal to what? 25 is equal to 10. Divisor is 10. 10 into how many times? 2 times. Quotient is 2 plus remainder is 5. Remainder is 5. Okay. Again, remainder not become 0. Therefore, you can continue the division process here. A is 10. B is 5. So again, you can do the division process here. You can divide 10 by 5. 5 to the 10, remainder becomes 0 here. Okay. Now 10 is equal to the divisor is 5. 5 into how many times? 2 times plus what is the remainder? The remainder is 0. The remainder is 0. Now the remainder becomes 0. When the remainder becomes 0, when the remainder becomes 0, the divisor will be the HCF. That means 5 is the HCF. When the remainder becomes 0, the divisor will be the HCF. That means 5 will be the HCF of 225 and 135. Therefore, the HCF of 225 and 135 is equal to 5. The divisor will be the HCF. Okay. The divisor will be the HCF of two numbers. Okay. Okay, we should consider the next one problem. If you do more and more problem, you can clearly understand the problem. Okay. question is, find the Euclid's division. Use Euclid's division lemma to find the HCF of. Use Euclid's division lemma to find the HCF of 196 and 38,220. Again, 196 and 38,220. You have to find the HCF of these two numbers using the Euclid's division lemma. So the greater number can be taken as the dividend here. So we should take A is equal to 38,220 and B, the smaller number, is 196. You can apply the steps here. What are the steps we follow? What is the first step we followed here is, okay, the first step we followed using the Euclid division lemma. We have to divide the divided by divisor. Is we can divide 38,220 by 196. By 196 we can divide this. 196 2s is more than 382 or less than 382. We have to just consider this 400, 4 plus 4, 8. No, it is more than 196. 2s is more than 382. Therefore, we have to consider 196 1s 196. Here we have to take the borrow here 12 minus 6. Here we have 7. Again draw the 17 minus 9. 17 minus 9 is 8. Here we have 2 minus 1, 186. The remainder is 196. We have to take the next number here 2. Now we should consider 196. 8s 196 8s is 196 196 8s are looking. So we have to take 196 9s. Okay, 196 9s you have to consider. 196 9s. 9 6s 54. 5. 9 9s 81. 9 9s 81. 81 plus 5 86. 8. 9 1s 9. 9 plus 8 17. 1764. 1764. Okay. So we have to consider 196 9s. 196 9s 1764. Now we have to take 2 minus 4 multiplied by borrow 12. 12 minus 4 8. Here 5 is remaining. 5 minus 6 not possible. You have to take the borrow here. 15 minus 6 9. Here 7 minus 7 0. 1 minus 1 0. Okay. Here 7 minus 7 0. 1 minus 1 0. Now we should take the 0 here. Again 196 4s 196 4s 24 2 8 3 4 1s 4 4 plus 3 7 4 plus 3 7 784 196 4s 784 196 4s. Yes. Seven 4s 196 4s 784 784 784. So you should borrow here 10 minus 4 6 10 minus 4 6 7 minus 8 not possible. You should take the borrow here. It means 17 minus 8 means 9. 17 minus 8 9. 17 minus 8 9. Again here 8 minus 7 196. So it clearly goes with the 196 5s. Okay, 196 5s clearly goes. 196 5s 6 5s 30 0. Okay, 6 5s 30 0 3. 9 5s 45 plus 3 48. 4 is the remainder. 5 1s 5 plus 4 9 8. Okay, so it clearly goes with this. Okay, 9 5s 196 5s 980. Now the remainder becomes 0 here. Remainder becomes 0. Therefore, here 38,220 is equal to here the divisor is 196 into the quotient is 195 plus remainder is 0. Remainder becomes 0 here. Therefore, what is the HCF? The remainder becomes 0. What is the HCF? If the remainder becomes 0, the HCF is the divisor itself. The HCF is the divisor itself. That means 196 is the HCF here. Therefore, HCF of 196 38,220 is equal to 196. 196 is the HCF. This is the HCF. Okay. So the exercise 8.1, we have one more problem. Do that problem as homework. Okay, we should continue some more problems in the next class. Thank you for watching this video.